Looking for a new job can be a difficult task, especially for someone with a disability. This impacts about 1.2 million people in North Carolina. In 2015, the unemployment rate for those without disabilities was about 6%, but for those with disabilities, it was nearly 20%. Carolina Impact's Jeff Rivenbark shows us some of the obstacles and what resources exist to help.
Chandler Henry starts his day at 6 a.m. He checks his email.
Good girl.
And finds a few minutes to give Bella
Good girl.
some lovin' before leaving for work. When he was 17, a trip to North Myrtle Beach forever changed his life.
I was with a group of friends staying in one of the beach houses there, and I was up on a second level deck, and there was a seat that was built into the deck, and I was standing on it and lost my balance, and I fell about 25 feet and landed on my neck.
An injury which left him paralyzed from the waist down. A year later, he graduated high school, enrolled at Central Piedmont Community College, and transferred to UNC Charlotte, where he earned a master's degree in accounting and obtained a CPA license. Immediately following the accident, he worked with a vocational rehabilitation counselor who helped him with decisions about his future. A milestone accomplishment took place in 2013 when Chandler landed a job with Bank of America.
So then, you know, we're talking 14 years of hard work and effort, and to bring all that together and start that chapter of my life was a big step for sure.
A counselor with the North Carolina Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, Donna Sabotkin helps people with disabilities like Chandler.
When someone gets a job, especially after a long period of unemployment, it just makes such a dramatic difference in their lives to feel like they have a purpose and have a place to go and contribute their skills and knowledge and feel valued.
Vocational rehabilitation serves more than 50,000 people across North Carolina annually, and about 3,000 in Mecklenburg County alone.
Depending on their individualized needs, we may work with someone from a few months to many, many years.
As in Chandler's case, counselors also work with employers and hiring managers, urging them to consider qualified applicants with disabilities because they're often an untapped talent pool.
Often it's just because a particular employer has not been exposed to employees with disabilities and is just not aware of how someone may be accommodated.
Andrew Breen enjoys taking a break by spending time with his dogs.
Go get it.
At 64, Breen has had Parkinson's for 23 years. It's a disease that impacts the central nervous system and affects his motor skills.
You see a lot of listings.
He hasn't had a real job in 4 years, and lately job interviews have been sparse despite hundreds of jobs he finds each week.
I want to be judged the same as anybody else. I want to have the opportunity to say, here's what I can do for your company, or here's what I can't do, and prove it to you.
Even though he has a resume full of achievements, Andrew says he gets about the same reaction from hiring managers.
When I tell someone flat out, and I'm honest with them, I have Parkinson's, but I can live with it, and you should be able to too, that never works.
While it's illegal to discriminate against applicants with disabilities, Andrew thinks it's happened to him lots of times.
I had one fellow tell me that he, without knowing my medical history, said that I'm afraid you'll have a seizure. You know, people with Parkinson's don't have seizures.
He carves out a few hours daily browsing job websites and networking.
I have a plaque which says never, never, never give up.
Still, he says no amount of determination takes away the sting of rejection.
A, it hurts, but B, it makes you feel like you haven't done the right sales job.
When it comes to finding work, Andrew says people with disabilities want only one thing.
All they want is the chance. You don't have to give them a permanent job, just give them a chance, and I think you'll see that they're hungry and they're dedicated and they're skilled.
As for Chandler, he knows the career success he has today would have been much more difficult without the support of his family and the assistance of his vocational rehabilitation counselors.
Hard work pays off, but I also would say it should be encouraging for others to know that there's that type of support out there, and that if you're willing to put in the effort, that you too can find success and you can make the best out of a tough and challenging situation.
He's grateful to work in an environment that focuses on the skills he brings to his job and to be treated just like anyone else. For Carolina Impact, I'm Jeff Rivenbark reporting.
Thanks so much, Jeff. We saw Chandler in that last story jumpstart